You're sitting in math class as the professor begins handing back the exam you took last week. Nearby, you overhear a few girls whispering about how handsome he is, young, sharp, and way too attractive for a professor. You glance at another table just as he gives one of the girls her paper. I got a D again. My parents are going to kill me, she whines, slumping in her seat. You watch them for a moment, but you're soon distracted by the presence of your professor now, standing beside your desk. He hands you your paper with a small smile. A, he says simply. Then, leaning down slightly, he whispers, "Good girl," into your ear. Once everyone had been handed their papers back, he moved back to the front of the room, addressing the class with his usual stern demeanor. It appears many of you are continuing to struggle with today's material, he says, crossing his arms over his chest. As such, I've decided to hold a mandatory study session this Friday night. There's a collective groan from the students and a few whispers of annoyance, but the professor ignores them. I expect to see everyone there. The class ends soon after, and the students all start to pack up their things, eager to leave. You take your time gathering your belongings, aware of your professor's presence beside you. Stay after class, he says, his voice low. You look up at him, trying not to let the anticipation show on your face. You nod slightly, heart fluttering as he walks back to his desk, straightening a stack of papers with those long, veiny fingers you know so well. The room empties slowly, chairs scraping, bags zipping, until it's just the two of you left in the quiet classroom. He turns to you then, his russet eyes softening instantly. In 3 strides, he's in front of your desk, one hand reaching out to tuck a loose strand of hair behind your ear. Missed you, he murmurs, voice rough with affection. Even if I saw you this morning. He leans down, pressing a quick but tender kiss to your forehead before glancing at the clock. Office in 5, he whispers, thumb brushing your cheek. Don't make me wait. Then he's back to being Professor Suture, cold, composed, straightening his tie as he walks out. But you catch the way his shoulder relaxes just slightly as the door closes behind him. You sit there for a moment, heart racing with anticipation, before gathering your things and heading out. A few students are still in the hallways, giving you curious glances as you pass by. When you reach his office, you pause outside the door for a heartbeat before knocking gently. The familiar baritone from inside calls out, "Enter." You push open the door and slip inside, heart thudding louder at the sight of him, leaning back in his chair at the desk. The office is cozy in the fading afternoon light, streaming in through the window, and the scent of paper, ink, and his subtle cologne hangs in the air. He looks up at you, his gaze softening a fraction more as he gestures for you to close the door and come closer. The door clicks shut behind you, and you walk over to his desk, watching the way his eyes follow your steps. He leans back in his chair, one hand reaching out to take yours, drawing you closer so that you stand between his parted thighs. Just as he likes, his free hand comes up to gently cradle a side of your face, thumb tracing the line of your cheekbone. He studies you, his gaze both tender and intense. His touch is like a brand, a silent message of possession. He pulls you a little closer, and your heart skips a beat at the dark heat in his eyes, the possessive way his fingers skim the exposed skin of your neck. You have no idea, he murmurs, voice low, how hard it is to focus on work when all I can think about is you. With a small tug, he maneuvers you to sit on his lap, his arms encircling your waist. You melt into him instantly, your head tucking into the crook of his neck, inhaling the familiar, soothing scent of him, expensive cologne, and something uniquely him. His hand rubs circles on your thigh, slipping under the hem of your skirt, and his lips find the sensitive spot beneath your ear. So close all day, yet I couldn't touch you, he whispers. It's maddening. His words make you shiver, even as heat pools low in your stomach. His teeth graze your earlobe as his hand continues to rub your thigh, fingers tracing a slow, lazy path up into sensitive territory. Missed having you near, he breathes, his grip on your waist tightening momentarily. Then his fingers find the bare skin of your hip, and you bite your lip to keep from sighing. He chuckles lowly into your ear, feeling the way you respond to his touch, always so sensitive. His words send another shiver down your spine, adding fuel the fire of your desire. You shift on his lap, trying to get more comfortable, but all you manage is to press even closer against him. You can feel the hard planes of his body against your softer curves, and the heat radiating off him is intoxicating. He's still fully dressed in his work clothes, the crisp material of his shirt rough against your skin. Despite the propriety of his appearance, the desire in his eyes is anything but professor-like. His breath is hot against your skin as his kisses travel down your neck, slow and deliberate. His hand slips higher up your thigh, his fingers finding the edge of your panties. He doesn't move further, just rests his touch there, an insistent reminder of his claim on you. You can feel his control slipping, his body tensing slightly beneath you, but his voice remains steady. Can I ask you something? Your mind is still reeling from the sensation of his touch, the possessive heat of his gaze, and it takes you a second to process his question. You nod, unable to trust your voice, not to crack. His fingers are still tracing tiny circles on your thigh, maddeningly close to where you ache for his touch. What is it? You manage to croak out, your voice coming out breathless, even to your own ears. He pauses in his ministrations, his gaze lifting from the hollow of your throat to meet your eyes. For a moment, he just looks at you, the intensity in his eyes making your heart flutter. Then his fingers stop their lazy circles and press lightly into the sensitive skin of your inner thigh, just enough to make you gasp. His voice is a low rumble when he speaks, raw and possessive. I've been thinking. The way he says it, combined with the pressure of his fingers, makes your breath hitch. You're sure he can feel the heat radiating off you, the way your body is responding to him without thought. About what? You manage to ask, your voice a whisper. His touch is driving you crazy, the need for more making you squirm in his lap. He notices your subtle movements, and a small, arrogant smirk curves his lips. His eyes darken at your response, a mix of desire and satisfaction flashing in their depths. He leans closer, his lips almost touching your ear, and his fingers dip even higher up your thighs. About how long I've had to wait to have you like this, right here on my lap. His words, coupled with his touch, send a jolt of heat through your body, making you shiver. He chuckles, clearly enjoying the effect he has on you. So eager and perfect for me. You bite your lip hard, trying to stifle the small sound that escapes your throat. His words and touch are unraveling you, stirring a raw needy part of you that only he knows how to awaken. You've always loved how dominant he is, the way he takes control and makes you his completely. But now, sitting in his lap, at his mercy, you're acutely aware of just how much he owns you. Please, you gasp quietly, your hips arching slightly. I need, I want. He growls at your plea, the sound rumbling deep in his chest. Need what, sweetheart? His fingers move higher, just barely brushing against your center. He's teasing you, the bastard, and he knows it's driving you crazy. Use your words. His voice drops even lower, sending a fresh wave of heat through you. What do you need? Say it. You can feel the weight of his gaze on you, demanding, possessive. He wants to hear it. He needs to know how much you're craving him. I need, I want. Your voice is trembling now, barely above a whisper. Your hands on me, please, Fadri. Sound of his name on your lips does something to him. His fingers move with more purpose now, his hand cupping you possessively through your clothes, his touch just barely enough to alleviate some of the aching need. He nuzzles your neck, pressing kisses along your jawline before reaching your ear. That's it, sweetheart. Tell me what you want. I can't get enough of that desperate little sound you make when you need me. His voice is rough, with his own desire now, the restraint he's been maintaining all day starting to fray. Your body is trembling in his arms, the sensation's too much, and yet not enough. You arch into his touch, silently begging for more. I want your hands on me, you whisper again, your voice breaking. I need you to touch me, please. His breath catches slightly at your words, and he lets out a low growl before finally slipping his hand beneath the fabric of your panties. There's no more teasing, just firm, sure strokes that make you gasp and clutch at him desperately. He chuckles against your ear. That's my good girl. You're trembling in his arms, your breath coming out in short gasps as his fingers move against you with purpose. Every stroke sends waves of pleasure through you, building rapidly. That's it, he murmurs into your ear, voice thick with desire. Let go for me. His command is all it takes. You shatter instantly, a soft cry escaping your lips as the orgasm hits you like a wave. He holds you close through it, his touch gentle now, as he soothes the aftershocks with slow strokes and soft kisses along your neck. Perfect, he whispers. Always so perfect for me. You're still catching your breath, your body limp against his as he holds you close, the warmth of his embrace, the steady rhythm of his heartbeat beneath your ear. It's all so comforting. He presses a soft kiss to the top of your head, fingers gently brushing through your hair. You okay? He murmurs, voice low and tender, so different from the dominant professor just moments ago. A small smile tugs at your lips as you nod against him. Better than okay. He chuckles softly. Good. Then a playful squeeze to your hip. Now behave until Friday night, unless you want another asterisk private lesson asterisk. Before then, you turn your head slightly to look up at him, a teasing glint in your eyes, despite the lingering haze of pleasure. Are you threatening me, Professor? He smirks, that arrogant, knowing curve of his lips that drives you wild. No, he murmurs, voice velvet and dark. A promise. His hand slides up your side, beneath your blouse, fingertips brushing just under the edge of your bra. And trust me, sweetheart, you won't survive another one if I don't have restraint. You shiver in his arms as he pulls back slightly to meet your gaze. those russet eyes full of heat and something softer. Then he gently taps your hip. Now go on before I change my mind and keep you here all night. You hesitate for a second, reluctant to leave the warmth of his arms, but then he gives you that look, the one that says asterisk, go asterisk, before I lose control again. And you know you should listen. With a soft sigh, you push yourself up from his lap, straightening your skirt and blouse. You glance back at him as you reach for the door. He's watching you, fingers steepled under his chin, eyes dark with promise. Friday night, he says simply, don't be late. A shiver runs down your spine at the words. As you open the door to leave, he adds one last thing, quietly enough that only you can hear. Sleep well, my good girl.